The Bachelor Season 29 finale. Read the full recap of how Grant Ellis decided between Juliana and Litia. The day trader went back and forth between his two finalists in the March 24 finale, but he ended up proposing to my best friend and felt so grateful. The March 24 finale of The Bachelor, the day trader, 31, picked Juliana, 28, as his final rose recipient and fiancée. When you're going through the toughest times in your life, I want you to know that you don't have to go through it alone, that I'll be there for you as your man, as your friend, as your partner, Grant said before he proposed to Juliana. Juliana said yes 1,000,000 times after he popped the question. Prior to the March 24 finale, Grant eliminated Zoe McGrady after Fantasy Suites, claiming that they weren't in a place to get married. Despite knowing that Grant didn't have any idea who he wanted to propose to following overnights at Secrets Tides Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. I'm freaking out, and I'm about to make the biggest decision of my life, he said in the March 17 episode. I'm torn between two amazing women, and I don't know who my future wife is going to be yet. I've never been this indecisive in my life. Grant said in the March 24 finale that he went back and forth between Juliana and Litia up until arriving at engagement day. He ultimately decided to send home Litia. I'm not your person, Grant told her. That left Litia feeling disappointed. The things that you've said to me all along the way make this decision that you've made so much more devastating, she said to Grant. For me, the switch-up is crazy. The former basketball pro previously told POPL he led with my heart when making decisions throughout his season, during which he learned that he can be an empath. The journey was a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be, he admitted. Everybody's different, but I'm somebody who's emotional, and like I said, I think that's a strength for me. But in this situation where you're fully invested into different people, it becomes a lot. So yeah, from here on out, I'm a one-woman man. Keep reading to find out what unfolded during the finale of The Bachelor Season 29. Jesse invited Zoe to the new season of Bachelor in Paradise, and he revealed that for the first time ever, former contestants from The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette will be heading to the beach this summer too. The host brought out Leslie Fema and Gary Livingston, who would be among the Golden Stars on the upcoming season of Paradise. The beach is my thing, so I'm very excited, and I'm so excited to be with my old friends, Leslie said. Gary teased that viewers can expect a lot of dancing in the sand and laying out in the sun as he looks for love in all the right places on Paradise. Juliana revealed that Grant would be shipping up to Boston to live with her in Massachusetts now that they've been able to go public with their relationship. Then, inspired by Juliana bringing a cannoli with her when she stepped out of the limo on the first night, Jesse announced that he and ABC would be gifting Juliana and Grant a trip to Italy. Juliana joined Grant and Jesse in the studio, and Jesse asked her how it felt seeing her fiancé be so undecided about who to propose to right until the very end. I've given him grace because he's the type of man that really does lead with his heart, Juliana said. And he came into this open-minded, and he really let himself experience what you need to experience with all of the amazing women that we had. Like they were just so. You had such a good group of girls that I wanted him to feel sure. I'm confident in who I am, and I'm confident in what we had. 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After? Georgie worries about 50-year-old Darcy meeting his parents in Bulgaria. The success of TLC's 90-Day Fiancé has resulted in several spin-offs, with one of the most popular being 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, which follows fan-favorite couples navigating life as a married couple. Now in its 9th season, 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After brings back 8 familiar couples with major life updates. For the first time in the series, the drama expands beyond individual storylines, as the couple, many of whom have formed close relationships off-camera, weigh in on each other's relationships. The season premiere wasted no time diving into the drama both between couples and among friends. In one particular scene, fans see the return of Darcy Silva and Georgi Rusev as they celebrate Darcy turning 50 and make plans to meet his parents for the first time in Bulgaria. The Season 9 premiere of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, reintroduced viewers to fan-favorite reality TV star Darcy Silva and her husband, Georgi Rusev. In the first episode, the two are celebrating a major birthday as Darcy turns the big 5 to 0 with Georgi setting up a private and romantic dinner for the two. The couple have an over 10-year age gap, and it appeared that Georgi had a tough time even saying the number 50. Georgi denies being fearful of realizing his wife has turned 50, but does add that she is now halfway there from the 100s, which no woman really wants to hear. But Darcy laughs at his comment, sharing, "Hopefully I last to 100. In a confessional, Georgi asks Darcy how she feels about being 50, and she has no issues with her age. "I'm aging like fine wine. Want to take a sip?" she tells him. Darcy and Georgi discuss their upcoming trip to Bulgaria, but there is an issue. As the couple clink champagne glasses, Georgi says Nazdrav, which is the Bulgarian word for cheers. He tells Darcy that it's a very important word in Bulgaria. The conversation then leads the two to speak about their upcoming trip to his motherland. "You need to start learning Bulgarian," he shares, adding that the two are going soon. He also puts some added pressure on Darcy by telling her she will be the first woman he will introduce to his parents too. "You're the first woman that I'm going to bring home, and that's a big thing," he says. In a confessional, Georgi admits that he's nervous about the trip because he has not been back to Bulgaria in 13 years. He adds that he's fearful of what his parents will think of Darcy. "I just want them to accept her," he states. But for Georgi, there's also another bigger issue, the way Darcy dresses. He tells her that he wants to make a good impression on his parents, which means he wants Darcy to leave her Miami style behind and dress a little more conservatively when she meets them. "If you've asterisk up in the first place, that's it, they don't like you," he warns her. Darcy then lets Georgi know that when she's in Europe, she keeps it classy and demure. "I've been to Europe more than you've been, so don't school me please," she hits back at him. However, she reassures him that she won't be bringing out her flashy clothing when they get there. Besides fan-favorite couple Darcy and Georgi back on our television screens, the new season also sees 7 other returning couples who continue to face their own fair share of marital issues. As mentioned previously, many of these couples reside in Florida and have gotten to know each other outside the show. When Lauren and Alexei throw a housewarming party to celebrate their new home in what fans believe is the Hallandale Beach area, they invite couples Elizabeth and Andre, who reside in Tampa, and Jovi and Yara, who moved from New Orleans and now live in Miami. What I can at least promise you moving forward is that I will do my best to handle your heart with care because, as I shared too, I know that feeling, she responded. That seemed to placate Grant, and then Juliana doubled down. "On my end, heck yeah, I'm ready," she insisted. After introducing Juliana to his family, Grant told her, "I've been waiting to tell you that I do love. And after today, I can feel that you know, and there's no pressure on you." Still, Juliana shared that she felt the same way. "For so long, I've debated on just like what it would mean to actually know that I love you," she said to Grant. "And I think I'm finally realizing after meeting your family, it's not like one in particular moment that I'm just gonna hit me. I think I've known that I love you too, and I want it to be you and I at the end of this. I love you too." Grant told the cameras that Juliana sang it back, "It makes me feel special." Before introducing Juliana to his loved ones, Grant told the cameras he needed to see if she's truly ready for love. Meanwhile, Juliana worried that she hadn't said "I love you" to Grant yet and whether she'd be able to get there. Renee told Juliana she planned to ask her some hard questions, including, "Do you love my son?" Grant and I have not told each other we love each other, Juliana confessed to Renee. I've been kind of holding back a little bit in that sense, just because what that means. Renee questioned how Juliana knows she can get there with Grant. An engagement means forever to me, Juliana assured. Love means forever to me. He is truly somebody that I can see myself being in love with and spending the rest of eternity with. Renee brought up to her son that she felt concerned about him and Juliana not saying, "I love you" yet. It's no fault to her, you know, Grant said. I think that it's hard to say that you love somebody when there's somebody else in the picture. Still, Renee said, if she doesn't tell you she loves you, I am asking you to walk away from that. While speaking to his dad, Grant expressed that he and Litia had different timelines regarding having kids. She wants to have children right away, Grant told Robert, adding that he saw himself traveling and enjoying life with his partner for the next 3 to 4 years. But Robert assured Grant that it would work out if they loved each other. When you love someone, you'll be able to do all those things as long as you're both happy, Robert said to Grant. That made Grant feel better about the situation, and he left the family meeting feeling like, this is something I can get used to in terms of Litia fitting in with his parents and sister. When Grant and Litia spoke privately afterwards, the New Jersey native reiterated to Litia that he loved her, and she returned the sentiment. I just know with you, Litia said to Grant. And yeah, I just love you. Grant said he could see Litia being his wife before introducing her to his mom Renee, dad Robert, and sister Taylor. He also noted that his family gathering in the Dominican Republic to meet his final suitors marked the first time in almost a decade that his family came together since his parents divorced. You guys look so good together, Robert said to Grant and Litia when he met them. Renee said in a confessional interview that she could sense the synergy between Litia and Grant. Litia told Renee that she had no doubts about accepting a proposal from Grant and suggested that she and the Bachelor start their lives in a neutral place where it's new for both of us should they end up together. I would be very happy with Litia, Renee told the cameras. She would make a great daughter-in-law, host Jesse Palmer kicked off the live show in the studio in Los Angeles on March 24 by questioning whether Grant will leave his season alone and heartbroken. There has never been a Bachelor who has been more torn over the 2 final women at the end, Jesse said. And when I mean the end, I mean the very end. This is going to be an emotional and a historic conclusion. Hours ahead of the Bachelor finale kicking off on Monday, March 24, ABC posted a teaser showing Grant struggling to choose between Juliana and Litia on the network's Instagram account. It's supposed to be the happiest day of my life, and my emotions are just everywhere, Grant says in the preview. I don't know